Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm Jeannie and this is our Houston Smith home. Oh my goodness, it is so bright out here. I'm sitting out on the porch enjoying a cup of coffee. It's a beautiful morning. You can hear all the sounds if you listen closely, the birds and all the sounds of nature. It is a beautiful morning, but it is so bright out here. When I sat down and started recording, I realized I can't even look at the camera. When I look at the camera, it's like the sun is hitting me right in the eyes. So forgive me for that. But today I thought that we would, y'all, I might have to go inside and record this. I thought today we would do a home tour, a spring home tour. I have not done a home tour in a while. I just thought that would be fun. I am the type of person that tends to stick with something. If I love it, I just use the same thing until it's just worn out and I have to change it. So these may be getting a little bit boring. You may be seeing a lot of the same things, but I do change it up every season, usually a little bit, and I have had to make a few little changes in my office. So I thought I would show y'all that, and we'll just try a home tour. Now this week's video is a little bit delayed because I have a sick kiddo. He is actually home today. He's in his bedroom resting, and so I don't really know, how much I'm actually going to get recorded today. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna start it. It's gonna be delayed. I may even be a week late, but we are going to do a home tour, a spring home tour, and I hope you enjoy it. So y'all keep watching and let me know what you think in the comments. When you walk in our front doors, you'll see we just have a little entryway here, and that leads directly into the living room. But if you look to the right, it is my office. This used to be a formal dining room that we never used, so we turned it into an office. And this little piece of furniture I did have in my laundry room. We've had to do a little bit of rearranging, and so I just moved it in here into my office. Plus, I needed a little bit more storage in here, so I figured that would work out well. I will try to tell you where things come from as we go throughout the house. That little box there was from Habitation Box. These flowers came from Walmart several years ago, and that little jar that they're in was actually once a candle that I just cleaned it out and used it as a vase. That clock came from Hobby Lobby, I believe, and it used to be red, and I painted it gold. And you can see this shelf needs repainted very badly, so I'm going to have to get to that in between some of my other projects. The J came from the thrift store, the little stool came from the thrift store, and that greenery came from Target. And then this huge sign, Our Houston Smith Home, that is a custom sign from Tailored Canvases. Our desk here, my husband and I made that. I found the plans on Anna White DIY, and so we just kind of altered them to what we need. And then this is why we had to move around a little bit. I have put my husband over there in the corner. He has taken a different job, and so he will be working from home some now, and so he needed a little office space himself. He doesn't have all of his equipment in and everything yet, so we're going to try to make that little corner work. We will see if he has enough room, but we love this space. We love the view in here, and it is just a nice open space if you're stuck working. So I also have this gorgeous floor mirror over here. This came from Hobby Lobby. Of course, I got it when it was 50% off. I can't remember now the exact price on it, but it is beautiful. It is similar to like the Anthropologie mirrors that are just crazy expensive, so it was nowhere near that. The big basket there was thrifted for only $5, along with that pillow as well. And then this is just a view looking out the front door. But I have a little house plant here. It's the only living house plant that I have. And as you can see, it doesn't look the best, but it is still alive, so we'll go with it. That stool came from Amazon, and I just painted the dip-dyed look on it myself. This rug came from Target many, many years ago. If you've watched a home tour of mine, you have seen it. So here's a little view just looking from the front door over into the office. I had been looking for a basket to use on the bottom shelf of this entry table, so I found that at TJ Maxx. The pillow was thrifted and the throw came from the Target dollar spot. This is just some things that I had. Some of the things belong to my grandmother, my grandfather, and then that water little pitcher that came from the thrift store, and I use it to put room temperature water in my diffuser. I don't even have this diffuser going today, but I need to because we have so much sickness going on in our house right now. But that's just a little look at that table. I always have this big round mirror that's Hearth and Hand from Target, and I love the way it all ties in. You can't put anything just really big there, but I like the size of that table, but I sort of would like maybe a different look. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I tend to just use the same things over and over and over, and I'm usually pretty happy with that, but I get to a point that I am ready to change something, and I'm starting to get to that point with a few items in my home. But this is just a little look from the entryway over into the fireplace area in the living room. There is my egg chair. That is my favorite piece of furniture. Y'all know I love that. And this little table here was once black, and I painted it, and I'm almost tempted to paint it back black. And then that little tissue holder came from Amazon, and let me tell you, we have needed that this winter because we have really used the tissues. These candle holders all came from the thrift store, I'm pretty sure, and those beautiful candles came from Hobby Lobby. This gorgeous mirror I picked up at an estate sale here locally, and it was only $15. I was very happy with that purchase. And then this beautiful picture actually came from the thrift store as well. I'm not sure if I should be excited or embarrassed that almost everything in my home came from the thrift store. I think I'm pretty proud of it, actually. This was a beautiful find. I didn't give very much for it. I can't remember exactly the price that I paid, but not much at all, and I feel like it just all flows together perfectly for a spring mantle. I'm pretty sure those dogwood branches were thrifted as well, and the eucalyptus, I think, came from TJ Maxx. That old crock belonged to my husband's grandmother, and so that is just an easy, nice, simple mantle. And then I always like to hang a wreath above there just because our ceilings seem to be so high, and that one came from Hobby Lobby. I think it's Hearth and Hand. Anything that I am able to link, I will link. So if you're looking for something or something similar, I will try to link it down in the description box. So just check down there, and anything that I missed, feel free to just comment or send me a message over on Instagram, and I'll try to find it for you. This is the Better Homes and Gardens egg chair at Walmart. Now, I've seen it recently for $297, and it has been in stock, so I will be sure and link that, or you can just check your local store. I have seen it locally, and I think the regular price on it's like $347, so $297 is a good deal, and I'm going to say it's worth every penny. Mine has been inside, outside. It's been in several different rooms, and we have had it for several years now. These end tables belong to my grandmother, and I redid them in a very farmhouse look. The lamps came from TJ Maxx. This coral color pillow, very boho, and I just love that color. It came from Walmart, actually. I think it's Better Homes and Gardens. And then the cream color, they're just the pillow covers, and I found them on Amazon. That's where they originally came from, but I bought them brand new at the thrift store for I think only like $2.99 for a 2-pack. The rug came from Rugs USA. I love this rug. It has held up great. I've had it for a couple of years now. I have a very similar one in my bedroom, and I absolutely love it. Rugs USA has a really good selection and good prices, I feel like, on their rugs. And like I said, that one has held up very well. So here's just another look at kind of the whole room. Our little TV stand there came from Sam's, had it for years. And then this is just looking from the living room into the dining area. We have a very open floor plan, so it just flows right into the dining area. You will always see this as my centerpiece on my table. This old toolbox belonged to my papa, and that is a book of recipes, some of my favorite recipes that my grandma made, and that's my precious grandma right on the front there. I always throw a towel in there, like whatever season, and some greenery. I got that at Walmart. I'm pretty sure those stems came from Walmart. I love the purple color for spring. And then, just to be real, that's our binoculars we always leave sitting on the table so we can look at the deer from our back deck. This hutch belonged to my grandmother too, and I painted it. It has a lot of items on it that also belong to her, so I just leave most of those on there year round. All of these white dishes, those are so good to decorate with. This little guy came from the habitation box. I talked about that earlier. I have a whole video about unboxing that if you're interested in it. These jars and these old lids, they were hers. This cutting board, I think that came from Hobby Lobby. This pink bowl was my husband's grandma's. I like to put it out in the spring and summertime. That old piece of wood there came from my papa's barn. I don't really know what it was. The potato masher was thrifted. This cute little sign came from the Target dollar spot. These were my grandmother's, and the blue ball jar came from my father-in-law. Here is a look into my kitchen. I like to just keep things pretty plain and simple with the kitchen. I don't like to leave a lot out on the counter. One thing I do have to leave out on the counter, however, is my coffee. I call this my little coffee corner. I always keep my Keurig out and some extra pods. And then I just decorate it up a little bit for the seasons, usually with a towel and a coffee mug. I just sit a mug on the Keurig and leave it there just for decor. So I usually change that out for all of the different seasons. This one is Hearth and Hand. I picked it up around Valentine's Day, but I really love it. It's nice and neutral, and I've just left it out all spring. I do like to leave a towel out on my stove. I just feel like it kind of ties everything in together, and I think it looks nice. And then I do leave out my most used utensils. Since I got the caraway cookware set, I just use these silicone utensils or wood, and I just think they're pretty too, so I just leave those out here on the counter. If you're wondering what this blue thing is, it is supposed to attract and catch gnats, because in the springtime, right here at this sink, I have like a little nook outside there. I don't know what it is, but I have gnats. Terrible. And so we got that hoping that would help with the gnats. And I can't really say that I really recommend it. I mean, it's okay, it works okay, but I just don't know that it's helping that much. These are a couple of things that my boys gave me for Mother's Day. We're starting to get a few little sprouts here. My oldest brought this home from school and he was so excited about it, so we've got to get those planted in something else. This one, I don't think I see anything happening in there, but that will be a cute little planter if we can get something going in there. This is just my sink area. Like I said, I try to keep everything pretty plain and simple. I love to keep this corner over here for my diffuser. I love this diffuser. It is the Young Living Aria diffuser. It's crazy expensive. My husband bought it for me as a gift. I never probably would have bought it for myself, but I do love it. I think it is gorgeous, and I think it goes well with my kitchen. This faucet actually came from Amazon, and I paid very little for it. I'm talking $50, maybe $60. I'm not sure if it's still that cheap. If it is, I'll link it below because it has been the best faucet. I really love it. Here is a look at how the kitchen kind of flows back into the office area. And so you can just see how much of an open floor plan we have. I really like how it's all open like that, but it just kind of makes one big circle. And so that is just the whole living area, the main areas of our home. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure and hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. Just let YouTube know that you enjoy my videos and you want to see them, and they will let you know when I put out a new one. I do try to upload a new video every week on Tuesday, so make sure and come back next week and watch. I appreciate you all so much for being here, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye.